go. I'm doing this one in the car. Let me pull this up if I can. Yeah, okay, let me get right into this. I often hear from right-wingers, MAGA, oh my God, the price of gas, even though gas is coming down a little bit, the price of eggs. By the way, whose fault is that? By the way, we had a pandemic in 2020. All right, sorry about that. I was interrupted. My wife is filling up with I don't want to get into it, but she's getting water here. But yes, so the pandemic in 2020, I mean, can you imagine if Trump won in 2020? I mean, what would this country look like? What would, thank God 83 million people fired him, voted against him. The most ridiculous claim is we've got the most votes of any sitting president. It's the dumbest thing ever. It's so freaking dumb. I got the most votes yet, and your opponent got more, 7 million more, right? That's kind of like saying I'm a sports guy, right? Hey, I'm wearing Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, the Cowboys scored 35 points, but the Cincinnati Bengals scored 42. And the week before, we scored 21 points. So let's see. We won last week, 21-10. We beat the Colts. But this week, we played the Cincinnati Bengals. We lost 42-35, but I did better. I mean, it's just childish. It's childish. It's immature. And it's stupid. Everything about this guy is stupid. He's an uneducated loser, blah, blah, blah. He's never read a book in his entire life. So let's get back and talk about the price of eggs and for gas prices or whatever, and housing and all this. Like, yes, you understand that we had a pandemic in 2020, and by the way, he failed. The former president failed miserably, had no idea what he was doing. And just a little reminder, too, as far as inflation and all this comes down to price gouging by all these big, giant corporations. It's despicable, it's horrible, and it's really unlawful. Those are the reasons why the prices. And by the way, the president has nothing to do with that. The president doesn't control that. Maybe he could have the Fed could lower interest rates, all of that, and cut out the gouging, the price gouging, but absolutely nothing to do with the price of gas. And it's ridiculous because the people forget. Here's how it works. It's like a different standard. Like, you take a look at Trump's record. He had the worst economic record ever. Right, that's including the whole 4 years. And they go, oh, well, COVID last year, 2020 we had the COVID. That's not fair. Like, you were president. Every president has problems. They have big events, crises. Usually something happens. Deal with it, bro. Why are you graded on a curve, right? So then when you go to Biden, like, hey man, we inherited this horrible economy. We're in the middle of a pandemic, and he pulled us out of it. Like, what do you think is going to happen? And here's another thing, too. Our economy is the best in the world, in the entire world. The whole world is struggling with inflation, with problems, and this and that. So it's not just the United States. Let me just say something, man. These people, these maggots, these right-wingers, they're not good faith actors. They're just trying to win. They're just coming up with anything, and they have nothing. I mean, these Republicans, this guy, your guy is a rapist, a convicted felon, an uneducated loser who's never read a book in his entire life. And he's going to lose the election coming up, God willing, because he still has a chance. And then he's going to spend the rest of his life behind bars, right? So that's where he belongs. And I'll tell you what, already, I mean, it's sad that this guy is even allowed to run. That's what's really sad about this whole situation. The fact that he even was president is really gross and sad and terrifying and awful. But the fact that this idiot is allowed to run means that we are broken. This country, and this is what it is, it's a third of this country, maybe a little bit more, close around 40% are MAGA or Trump supporters or whatever. It's solid 38. They're damaged people, or they're just scumbags. Either they're uneducated, they don't read, they're this or that, and then there's like a hierarchy, right? You have the maggots themselves, the uneducated idiots. You have the online people, terminally online, who are who are RFK people's conspiracy bullshit and all that, QAnon folks, and then you have the lying MAGA politicians who know better, but they just lie and they just want power, access to power. And obviously the right-wing propaganda outlets like Fox News and ONN and Newsmax. By the way, Newsmax just settled, what is it, Stratomatic? What was that company, about election fraud, lying? And of course they won't go to court because they know they're liars and all that. So they settled for hundreds of millions of dollars, and good, okay? Their whole business model is lying. Okay, so there you go. Just want to make this nice and short here. The price of eggs, what's that got to do with the price of eggs? That's the same, right? Price of eggs, gas prices, ridiculous. It's the former guy's fault. There you go. Peace, love, and understanding here on Tabor Talk. Oh, my dog is throwing up. Dakota, you throwing up? Oh, shoot, I got it. Okay, if you made it this far, thank you very much. Make sure you like and subscribe. It helps with the algorithm. Spread it around, all those good things. And if we get to 10,000 subscribers, long-form podcasts, that's really my background. Long-form podcasts, and then I'll start having guests as well. Okay, peace, everyone.